Hello guys, in today's lesson we're going to be looking at the solution for the first set of questions we were given as a take home in our previous lesson on division and multiplicative inverse of modular arithmetic. Don't forget we are still working on basic operations and these are the last set of basic operations, division and multiplicative inverse. So if you're just seeing this very lesson and question for the first time, I want to give it a try. I'll allow you to pause this video and give it a try. So let's check out what we have right on the board. We are asked to solve, that's the first question. We are asked to solve 5 times 6 in modulo 7. And the second question, we are asked to solve minus 8 times 7 in modulo 4. Now, for the very first question, we can easily solve this by using a direct approach, or we could create an operation table, multiplication operation table, because the 5 and 6 fall well between the set of numbers that make up the modulo 7. So we're going to be solving this first using the direct approach. We're going to be solving this using the direct approach. 5 times 6 will give us 30. So 30 in modulo 7. What are we going to do there? 30 modulo 7. We're going to use 7 to divide this 30. So that'll be 30 over 7. So 7 and 30 will give us 4 remainder 2. So 5 times 6 modulo 7 is equivalent to 2 modulo 7. As simple as ABC. So if we create an operation table, we're still going to get the same result if we create an operation table. So 5 times 6 modulo 7 is 2 modulo 7. Very easy and direct. So let's do justice to the second question in the very first set. We have minus 8 times 7 in modulo 4. So how do we do this? It's going to be using the same approach. Don't forget, 8 and 7 exceeds the set of numbers that make up modulo 4. We're talking about modulo 4 just like base 4. We're talking about numbers between 0 to 3. 0, 1, 2 to 3. So we're going to be using the direct approach. Minus 8 times 7 will give us minus 56. Now minus 56 to be written in modulo 4. Now don't forget, this is very simple. This is a negative result. We're talking about something negative. So you're going to be using the same approach. You're going to use this very modulo we're talking about to divide this result that we got. So minus 56 divided by 4. If you create an operation table, 4 times minus 56, 4 times 0, I beg your pardon, is 0. 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. You're going to go down like that, down to 4 times minus 14, which gives us minus 56. This is exactly what we are looking for. So 4 minus 56 is minus 14. A remainder, what's going to be the remainder? Minus 56 minus 56 is 0. So what do we have? We have 0 modulo 4. That's what we have. So the second question, minus 8 and 7 in modulo 4 is equivalent to 0 modulo 4, as simple as that. If you also use the other method, the other approach, you could assume that this is positive. If this is positive, that's going to be plus 56 to be written in modulo 4. So how do we write plus 56 modulo 4? When we write plus 56 modulo 4, we end up getting, 56 divided by 4. It gives us 14 remainder 0. So if this is 14 remainder 0, so what's it going to be then? That's going to be 0 modulo 4. So if this is 0 modulo 4, then minus 56 will give us what? We're going to take this away from this. That will give us 4 modulo 4. Don't forget that you can't be having 4 modulo 4. So if you have 4 modulo 4, if you break down this 4, we end up still getting 0 modulo 4. As simple as that. So if we talk about modulo 4, we should not be having a number up to 4. So it's still going to be 0 modulo 4. So as simple as that. So these are the solutions for the first two questions we're giving us a take home in our previous lesson on division and multiplicative inverse. So I'm very sure that most of us got those questions right. So we've come to the end of today's lesson. If you gained something from today's lesson, I'd love you to give me a follow our Revelation on Facebook and subscribe to the very channel at EduMosaic. And share this lesson also with others. See you in the next lesson. Thanks and bye for now.